So we've got the captions in the document. I went through and I captioned the image. If I scroll back up, I captioned the table. Scroll up some more, very first page, I've captioned the chart. Now, I want to add the table of figures. I want to take all these captions and I want to create a little table at the end of this document so that people can find the one-stop resource for all the captions found inside this document. So I'm going to go to the bottom of this document. I'll find that last page. I got just in, well, don't have an empty page there. I guess it got pushed down a little bit. What I can do is I'll go down below that last paragraph. I can place it here, or if I do Control Enter on my keyboard, Control plus the Enter key, this will create a page break. And now I've got an empty page where I could just put my table of figures. And perhaps I'll even label it Table of Figures, or Table of Captions, or whatever we want to call it. Now I've got a spot where I can place these references to the 3 captions that I've placed in the document. So with that spot selected, I'm going to go back up to References. I'm going to go into Captions, and I'm going to go to Insert Table of Figures. I'll get that select. Now, first time I jumped into this window, I thought, well, this is kind of similar to doing Table of Contents and doing the bibliography. Well, take a look at what happens here. I've got my preview, both web as well as the print preview. But if you look closely, my preview just says image. Or yours might say figure and a whole bunch of figure or a whole bunch of equation or whatever. But it's all of one thing. If you look down towards the bottom, we've got our formatting. General formats, it's from a template. And the caption label is pulling, in my case, it's pulling image. Once again, yours might be pulling figure or table or equation or something else that you made up, one of your own custom labels. Now watch what happens if I leave it just like this. I hit OK. Oh wait. I've got just the one caption in there. Just the one kitty cat image that I put in there. Remember that image we had in there? There's my kitty cats. So that was the only one that it pulled. Well, that's not what I want. I want to be able to place the caption for each of my captions. For the figures I put in there, the tables I put in there, the chart I put in there, whatever it might be. Well, I could go back to References, Insert Table of Figures, and I'll say, well, you know what? It shouldn't just be image. Oh, but they don't have one for all. I've got one for each of my labels. One for equation, one for figures, one for images, one for table. Watch what happens. If I grab table, now it's all table, and I hit OK. Oh, now I've got my kitty and my table. Now I got to go through and do this for each of my different types of captions. Different labels. Do it for tables, do it for equations, do it for charts, do it for images. I got to do it for each of them. Now, once again, that doesn't seem very automated for me. It's a process I got to go through, but it's nice because it does give you the option to be able to create different tables for different types of captions, different labels. So it does give you that flexibility. But if you wanted all the captions, no problem. Let's go back to References, Insert Table of Figures. Now this time, I'm going to leave it at Images, but I'm going to go down to Options. This magic little button right here. I'm going to go to Options, and in here, I'm going to build a table of figures from a style. Now, I'm not the bibliography style. I'm going to change that. I'm going to use the caption style. Your captions, the ones that you added below the chart, the table, and the images, that little bit of text, that caption in there, default, it uses the caption style that's built into Word. So, I hit OK. See here, caption label, when it's set to none, it's no longer specific to image or table or whatever. I hit OK. And now I've got all of my captions, all within my table of figures. So again, you're going through your document, you're adding your captions below your images, your charts, whatever it is that you want to caption. Once you've done that, you can then build the table of figures. Okay? But remember, you can do it one by one for each of your different types of captions, or base it on the caption style and capture them all in one go. So try this out. Get your captions in there if you haven't already, and then build your table of figures.